So ratings-wise, Unrivaled has been a absolute disaster so far. I think we can all be in agreement with that. It's not been good. And anyone who tries to argue otherwise, you're lying to yourselves. Like the amount of people that are saying the Unrivaled ratings are a disaster and the league could fold, and they're saying that is like that's like anti-woman or anti-women sports. No. People have called me, you're just a hater. I was like, no, I want this league to succeed. I want the players to get paid for 20 years down the line the offseason or make more in the league that they don't need an offseason. I want them to get paid as much as possible. But for them to get paid as much as possible, people have to give a fuck. Money, advertising money, investor money isn't infinite. And if this league continues to draw in these terrible ratings, it's going to die a very quick and painless death. Maybe quick and painful. But at the end of the day, TNT have an option to get out of the TV deal after 3 years. They signed a long-term deal. I think it was like $100 million over 6 years or something. They signed a very much long-term deal. That being said, they signed that deal with an opt-out after 3 years. They're going to opt out after 3 years. Some of these games are being put on 3 different TV channels. Last year, from what I remember, games were either on TNT or True TV. Never on both. But if you look on YouTube, the game tomorrow, Laces Phantom Rose Hive, I will be worried about how low these ratings are going to be. I'd be wondering why. Because if you guys don't know, when it comes to these ratings, unless a player by the name of Paige Bueckers is playing, and it helps that Paige Bueckers is also on a team with Kate Martin, Cameron Brink, all these top tier players. It helps that she is on a team with a lot of these top tier players, and a lot of people are watching top tier young players and popular young players. It helps. It really does help. Malonga as well. People are interested in watching that team. At the end of the day, though, if Paige Bueckers is not playing, nobody cares. And that includes, by the way, and as much of a big name as Breanna Steward is, as Aaliyah Boston is, as Lexi Hull is, people care when it comes to Lexi Hull, Kelsey Mitchell. People care about those players when they are playing on the Indiana Fever. And it's not just about playing with Caitlin Clark, because that's not always the case. When they put on a Fever uniform, people care about these players. I have no question about that, as we saw with the Fever ratings when Caitlin Clark wasn't playing. People absolutely care about these players when they put on a Fever uniform. When they are not wearing a Fever uniform, it is just being seen as another day at the office. That no one necessarily cares. It's not anything to write home about. It's not anything really of note. And that is a concern. That is genuinely a concern for this league. And they need to do something. Something needs to change in season 3, because the ratings are not going to improve in season 2. You don't randomly get rating boost mid-year. The only way, again, you're going to get rating boost is if Caitlin Clark comes back into the league halfway through, or Angel Reese comes back into the league halfway through. You get the biggest rating boost for Caitlin Clark, you get a lesser ratings boost for Angel Reese, but at the end of the day, it's not going to happen. That is absolutely, positively not going to happen. So you're now looking at a ratings boost where you're going to see a ratings where you might see a 1v1 tournament break 250k. But there's not really going to be another situation where there's going to be this crazy viewership spike. The playoffs last year did not have that many viewers. Genuinely did not have, the playoffs weren't great. There was the intrigue on day one, the intrigue in the 1v1 competition. And the novelty factor of Unrivaled has worn off. And when the novelty factor is gone, when there's no longer novelty involved, what does the league have? It has a gimmick ball where most people don't necessarily want to don't necessarily want to watch without any absolute stars. So yeah, look, Unrivaled has to change something in season 3. And the first thing is go make it 5v5. Restructure the teams. Get 60 players. You need 60 players. You absolutely need 60 players. It is as simple as that. Like, you need 60 players. Because if you don't have 60 players, you're not going to be able to get enough teams. Get rid of get rid of 2 of the teams. 6 teams of 10 players. Match the Project B amount of players, because you've already lost Kelsey Mitchell. You are likely going to lose Aaliyah Boston due to her link with Candace Parker. If Aaliyah Boston plays off season at all, you're probably going to lose Aaliyah Boston. You may lose. You've already lost. Say Alyssa Thomas is there. Kayla McBride has chose not to come back. You're going to have Fee and Stewie. Paige Bueckers has not committed. Has not ruled out playing in Project B. She has not ruled it out. And the thing is that I get it. Paige is a big person for Unrivaled. If she comes into year 2 and doesn't feel like playing Unrivaled helped her game, which for some people it might have, some people it didn't, and she has enough money that she would be okay, and she wants to just work out in the off season and do other stuff, and sees the success that an Angel Reese or a Caitlin Clark is having off the court, or an Aja Wilson's having off the court. Like, if you're seeing all of this, there is a possibility that she just says, you know what, this isn't worth it. This isn't worth it. So, like, if you, after Sabrina and after Angel, there's no guarantee somebody's there next year. And we're now looking at situations where they've got one more year to go. They have one more year to go after year 2 to keep this alive. They need to pull out all the stops in year 3, because once that TNT deal goes, there's a possibility that they offer a quarter of the amount of money. They offer a quarter of the amount of money, and they offer to just throw it on True TV. It's only on True TV and HBO Max. Or one of these streaming platforms might offer next to nothing for it. Because we're in a situation where it's really tough. It is really, really, really tough to look at Unrivaled and see growth. They want to talk about all these numbers, everything being a sellout, and everything. Like, it's easy to sell everything out when there's 800 people. It's easy to sell out a stadium when it's a once-off. Like, heck, it's £1,000. It's €1,000 to see a fucking NBA game in London on Sunday. Like, if you watch the Orlando Magic play against the Memphis Grizzlies in Orlando, it mightn't sell out. But if you watch the Orlando Magic play the Memphis Grizzlies in London, it's $1,000 ticket. Like, special one-off events don't count. They're not sustainable. And nothing about this league says that it's sustainable past this current TV deal. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. See you guys.